Hello there, welcome to Beads Jar. I'm Natalia, and in today's tutorial I'll be making these buttercup earrings. So I'm using these glass beads, and they're beautiful yellow colour with this lovely flower on them, and we're also using acrylic pearls. These are really spring-like, summer-like, so it just reminded me of a buttercup meadow. So let's have a look and see how to make these earrings and what components you're going to need. So here are the components you're going to need to make our buttercup earrings. So the first component are these yellow flower square glass beads, and you get a pack of 5 of these. They measure 16 by 10 millimeters. So with 5 you can make 2 pairs of earrings. You could even use the spare one to make a ring or a bracelet with. We're going to be using these 6 millimeter acrylic pearls, and those are white colored. And we're also using some miyuki seed beads, and we're putting 7 of those on the base of each of the earrings. So you're going to need 14, and they are 8/0 galvanized gold color. We're going to be using some fish hook earring wires, and those are gold plated. We're going to be using some eye pins, gold plated, and some head pins as well. And then in terms of your tools, you're going to be using your trusty wire cutter, side cutter pliers. You can use nylon jaw pliers to straighten your eye pins and head pins if you wish. We're also going to need our round nose pliers, our flat nose pliers, and chain nose pliers. And also we have a couple of jump rings as well, 1 for each earring. And those are measuring 5 millimeters, and they're gold plated. So let's get started making our earrings. So here is the first step that we need to make our buttercup earrings. So we're going to take one of those square flower beads, and going to take one of our eye pins and thread that through. So you want the little loop of the eye at the base of your flower earring, and then you're going to take our round nose pliers. Now what happens is the hole on these beads is quite big, quite deep. So if I do the loop really flush up to the top of the bead, it's going to be hard for me to open that loop. So I just need to hold it there, so I've got a little bit of play at the bottom so we can get the loop open. So I'm going to just turn that to a right angle, turn my pliers around, and then take my wire over the top of my round nose pliers, and then I'm going to create a wrapped loop around the base of that loop that I've just created. So I'm taking my chain nose pliers and I'm just feeding that around and round and round until I've used all of my excess wire. So just coiling it around the base of the loop that I created so it sits with the bottom of the bead. I'm just going to cut off that excess wire there and use my chain nose pliers just to straighten it out. Make sure that it's flush with the wire underneath it, and then I'm going to straighten that coil up because it's got a little bit higgledy-piggledy while I was doing that. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of room for manoeuvre, so we can actually open the loop down here. Okay, so the next step in the process is to take another eye pin. I'm going to take one of my acrylic pearls, pop that onto the eye, and then I'm going to create again a little wrapped loop. Just move that out of the way so you can see this fully, and take again the wire over the top of your pliers, feed it around. I always find that it helps you to get a much neater wrapped loop by using the pliers to take the wire around the base of the loop. If you just use your hands, you can't get the precision with it and the tightness of the wire. So then we're going to snip off the excess wire there. You can see where the wire is just jutting out a little bit, so I'm going to use my chain nose pliers just to flatten it against the sort of neck of that coil. And then I'm going to just open up the loop at the base of the eye. I'm going to attach it to my wire loop, my wire wrapped loop here. On this component. I haven't actually opened that up far enough, so I'm just going to open up a little bit more. That's better. And then it just slides on easily, and then I'm going to take my pliers and just close that loop up. They do get a little bit fiddly, these. So closing the loop together so that those are secure then. And then the next step is to add my earring wire. So I'm just going to take my fishhook earring wire, and then I'm going to just open the loop at the base of it, pop that on there, and then close it up again. Okay, so that's the first part of my earring. And then we still have a loop to add something to at the base. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some little, almost like a little adornment at the base of that earring. And we're going to use our miyuki seed beads for this. I'm going to use 7 of these little size 8s, and I need a head pin for this. So I'm going to take my head pin, thread my bead on there, and then take my round nose pliers, and again we're going to create some wrapped loops. So I want a fairly small loop, so I'm just going in about 2 centimeters along the shaft of the round nose pliers. I'm going to take that to a right angle, reposition my pliers so that my thumb is facing upwards, taking that over, taking it back around, and again using my chain nose pliers just to wrap that excess wire around the base of the loop until I get to the bead. And then when I've done that, I'm just going to snip that excess wire off. Use my chain nose pliers just to press the wire down if it's sticking out at all. And I'm going to need to repeat that 7 times. So I'm going to get my other beads, I'm going to get my other head pins, and I'm going to create 7 of those, and I want 14 altogether, for 7 for each earring. So now we've completed that part, what we need is just a little adornment that goes at the base of the earring. So we've got another pearl here, so I've just put a pearl on an eye pin and turned a loop at the bottom. And then we need, it's like a little fringing at the bottom of the earring. So I'm going to take one of my miyuki size 8 gold beads and one of my head pins. I'm just going to pop that on. And we're going to create a simple loop on this. So I'm just holding it with my pliers about 2 centimeters in. Whoops. And then I'm just going to turn my wire to a right angle. I'm going to trim off the wire to the length that I need. Now what I normally do is I use my finger as a measurement. So you see where the line is, where my finger meets my nail, that is the length that I'm going to use. It works because your fingers never change shape. So instead of using a ruler, it's easier to use your fingers as a guide. And then I'm just going to take my pliers and then just turn that into a loop like this. And there we are. So we need 7 of those for each of our earrings. And I have created 7 already. So I'm going to take one of my jump rings here, and I need both pairs of pliers to open it up. So just open it with one plier going away from you and one going towards you, like opening it like a door. And then just pop each of your little loops onto the open jump ring. So all 7 of them going on there. And it just creates this nice full little fringe for the bottom of the earring, which looks really pretty. 2, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th one just going on there. And I'll bring my earring back, and I'm going to just pop that in the loop at the base of that second pearl on my earring. And I always just hold with my pliers and then let the earring dangle. And then just scrape the edges of those jump rings together to make sure that that is fully closed. And then there is your earring completed. So we have a matching pair. You just follow all of those steps, repeat them to get your second one. And there are our matching little pair of buttercup earrings. Very, very pretty, beautiful for summer, springtime, and very colourful and happy looking earrings. So thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope it's inspired you to make your own buttercup earrings yourself. Have a look in the show more section where you'll find links to our website to find all of the materials that I've used and also the thousands of other jewellery making components. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we've got lots more tutorials coming your way soon. Bye for now.